And we'll begin with Jacob. Jacob, go ahead.
Thank you, Ryan. Good evening, Laura. Congratulations on the win. Overall thoughts on the team's performance tonight?
Yeah, so proud of them. I think worked really hard, stuck to the game plan. We reduced them to limited opportunities, which we've done a good job against them to do that because they're a really hard team to play against. Sometimes you need a bit of luck to get where you want to go. Obviously, I don't think Ronnie ever meant to do what she did, but we'll take it. But I thought we had really good patches in the game where we created. I thought Rose was exceptional. I thought Alana Cook was exceptional. I thought there was a lot of players on the field who did excellent. Really stepped up. You know, when you come here and play this team, you have to dig in. They're a good team. They won the Shield for a reason. So yeah, just overall, really, really proud of the players.
Thanks, Jacob. And then we'll go to John. John, go ahead.
Laura, first of all, congratulations on advancing to the championship game. Just if you can talk about, you mentioned how good Rose was, just talk about that creative spark that she brought into this match, her work rate, the way she was able to just handle things that came your way in this game. And also, what made Veronica so clutch to be able to have the winner against Angel City and then be able to do it again tonight against obviously the best team in the league?
Yeah, Rose is one of the best players in the world. There's no question, and she makes our team better. She always has done, and it's been a really frustrating year for her with injuries. So to get her back at this moment, she's just something different. There's no one like her. She's so hard to defend. She travels at pace with the ball like no one else. And when we have her in our team, our dynamic is just different. Because we are solid, we're hard to play against. We don't concede a lot of goals. I don't know how many minutes it's been now since we haven't conceded a goal. But you need difference makers, and we've relied upon a lot of people this year, and unfortunately it hasn't been Rose a lot. But you just saw tonight, she's exceptional. She's, world class. And Ronnie, honestly, she's the epitome of work hard and good things will happen to you. And she trains so hard every day. She works her socks off in every single day. We have all the data and all that stuff. She always is the one that's done the most. She always runs about like a lunatic every day. But she's getting the reward. And I say that to the players all the time. If you work hard and you dig in and you show your ability, good things will happen to you. And that's happening to Veronica right now.
Right. Thanks, Laura. It's 407 minutes.
Oh, decent.
Thanks, John. Next, we'll take Jonathan.
Thanks, Ryan. Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer here. Laura, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I hope you don't mind my asking, what does this moment mean for you personally? It's been a while since you've been in the title game, and I'm sure you don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to try to make it because it's a big story. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. A lot. I'll leave it at that. It means a lot.
Thanks, Jonathan. And then Meg. Meg, go ahead.
Hi, Laura. Just in terms of, I think we're going to get a pretty good narrative around Pinot and Kriegs having their final games. That's going to get a lot of attention. But what do you think maybe are the stories that deserve some love in this week leading up to the championship? The things that maybe you think your team doesn't get enough credit for?
I think how gritty we are. I think how hard working we are. We have talent. There's no question. We have a talent. We have a talented roster. We have experience. But we're gritty. We've grind a lot of things out this year. Internally, we've had a lot of things that we've had to deal with. And sometimes that can be the difference maker in the toughest of moments. And I think that could be a really cool story. But, the fairy tale is Pinot and Kriegs. It's a great story. For us, the three OGs, their last, game ever together is a championship final. You don't write a better script than that. So I think for them three, phenomenal. I think for this group as a collective, last year when we didn't win the semi-final, we did something we've never done, which is we had a team meeting after it, a couple of days after it, and we were really honest. really vulnerable, really dug into what we felt we didn't do well. Because I said to them, you know, often when you lose, you just go away and you do exit interviews and everyone sort of goes their separate ways and it's very individualised. But I just felt that we needed that moment to just come together to go, we don't want to feel this again. And how are we going to make sure we don't? And honestly, there was periods in this season where I was just like, I'm just not sure if we're going to get there. Like, we're going to get over the hump of what we have to do. And credit to the group, like, they have absolutely grinded it out. And we had a real, you know, moment after we played Portland and we lost in Portland, where we came together and said, you know, why are we doing this? Like, what's our why? It can't just be about Pino. It can't just be about, you know, all these things that everyone talks about. What's your why as an individual? And like, really dug into that. And I honestly think it was a game-changing moment for us.
Perfect. Thanks, Laura. See you in a couple days.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Meg. And then Jeff, go ahead.
Laura, congrats. Wondering, I know you just mentioned on the broadcast you all are staying in San Diego. I guess, you know, one, did you have everybody pack extra in the bag for that in anticipation? And just, you know, I know there have been trips like this. The Louisville trip last year comes to mind of, you know, where you all have sort of committed to something longer. I know you just got done with this game, but what do you hope maybe having that commitment to stay there could do to help in this, you know, this week ahead?
Well, I saw the weather in Portland, one. I was like, I don't want to go back to that. Thanks very much. No, I think, yeah, you know, I think because obviously San Diego, it's a 2-hour flight for us, same time zone, weather's great. Like, we said, look, let's pack like we're going to stay. We had a flight ready if it didn't go well. So, you know, all you're doing is packing more clothes. And we're good like that. We're prepared and we've been around the block, right? We know it wouldn't make sense to us to fly back to Seattle tomorrow and then we have to be back here on sort of Wednesday evening. So it's probably a day's difference really for us. And I think Gotham are doing the same thing actually. I think they're coming straight from Portland straight down here. So I think it just gives us a moment just to take a breath and not have to get back on a plane and honestly go back to horrendous weather. It's been nice in San Diego the last couple of days. We've enjoyed it. And yeah, we're looking forward to having another week in the sun.
Thanks, Laura. See you out there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. And then we'll take a few more. Nico, go ahead.
Hi, Laura. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Could you talk about what it will mean to yourself personally and what you believe it will mean for the OGs to put that first star on top of the OL ring dress?
Oh, God. You're going to make me cry. Jonathan nearly made me cry. Honestly, it'll mean everything. We have been there or thereabouts in many moments. Obviously, 2014 and 15, always the championship games that we had back then. And that both finals were really different. But honestly, the last two sort of semi-finals, Kansas and the Washington games, like we can live in those moments and remember how those felt and getting over the hump of this and get into the final. We need to savor that. I think we never did that in 2014 and 15. We never did that. We never enjoyed being in the final. And honestly, back then, there's not the hoo-ha around it like there is now. So it didn't really feel like it probably does now. And it would mean everything, honestly. I don't even have the words right now to put into how much it would mean to me personally, for the club, for the players. It would mean everything, truly.
Thank you, Laura. Congratulations again.
Thanks, you so much.
Nico. And then just a few more. Susie, go ahead.
No crying questions from me, Laura.
Thanks.
I wanted to ask you, this is the 5th time you were facing San Diego this year. And it looked like the team lined up a little bit different defensively. I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about that approach and how obviously the front line and Rose were running around quite a bit, but overall, like they did there.
Honestly, it was, hold on 1 second. Oh, 2 secs. Sorry, Susie, wait there. Just tell him 1 minute, would you?
Okay,
yeah, just tell him 1 minute. I think one of the differences this time is Abby Del Campo was playing, so she adds a little bit of a different dynamic to them. And I sort of know that if you watch us play and you've played against us a lot, you could come up with a strategy about what you need to do. So I always like to mix it up and just give them something that's a little bit different. That means, and against these, I think we've done lots of different things against them. And one of the things that we know works well is if we don't give them space behind. And I can't think of any moment they've really got behind us, which is big against these guys. I think I said to the players in the preparation, San Diego they're one of the big creators in the league. They create the most chances a lot in most games. But the team that they struggle with the most to do that is us. So we have to go into tonight knowing we have to give something up to be able to do that. Jordan and Rose had a very specific role. It sort of changed as the game went on. We often normally jump Pino and Veronica higher, and we chose not to do that tonight because we thought they'd be prepared for that. And got Sonnet and Jess to sort of deal with the pockets of space in front of the back line. And I thought that it worked well. I think we won the ball off them a few times in the first half. Obviously, as the game sort of went on, they went a bit longer and a bit more direct, so we had to sort of deal with that. But I thought the group handled it really well. And it's funny because a lot of the girls came off and they're like, oh, you know, we would just needed a bit more quality in these moments and we'd have been even better. And they're probably right. Like, we probably could and should have made Kaylin have to work harder than she did in some of the moments that we had. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Thanks, Susie. And then we'll just take the last one from Dan.
Thanks, Bill. You mentioned a little luck with the goal tonight, and over the years you've had some interesting circumstances have gone against you in games like this. Is there any part of you that's thinking, wow, if we finally got something to go our way, maybe this is finally our year?
I mean, maybe. Hopefully. Yeah, I agree with you. I think there's a lot of things in big moments that haven't gone our way, you know, but footballs can be cruel sometimes that way, and maybe tonight we got a bit of rub of the green, but I think you have to earn the right to get that sometimes, and I felt that we did a good job of that. So yeah, I mean, hopefully I haven't really thought about the final, obviously, you know, this is very quick, but we'll turn our attentions to Gotham now and start preparing on what we need to do, because the 2 games we've played against them, when we played them at their place really early in the season, we played really well against them, and then they were excellent against us at home. So 2 really different games that we've got to come out with a good game plan to be able to stop their threats and enable ourselves to get on the ball and show how good we are.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Thanks, Laura.
Thanks guys,
Laura.
appreciate you.